Yep, the saying, "I'm so mad I could scream," is being put to test by a group of moms in Boston. Recently, they took to a field to release their anger by screaming. The event was put together by therapist Sarah Harmon. Today, she's going to join us live to explain how screaming is helping moms through the pandemic. Sarah, hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
We cannot wait to hear more from you. These moms are screaming because they are mad. Why are they upset? And tell us more about why you're doing this.
Well, if you're a mom listening, you don't need any explanation, but you know. But why are we screaming? So many things. I mean, in the pandemic, the first one was, how do we keep our kids safe? How do we navigate these changing regulations and decision making? And then did we make the right decision after we've already made the decision? Navigating working from home, if you were able to work from home, navigating being under the same roof with your partner and your kids for way more hours than you ever signed up for. And of course, screaming for others, others that are struggling. This is very relevant now. Parents are screaming for parents around the globe, parents in Ukraine. We're screaming for parents who had their first child in the pandemic. My brother is one of them. What a hard experience for them.
Wow. Now, okay, I got to ask you this because I like how specific it is. Your moms scream in a specific way. Let's first look at this and then we'll check back in with you. Let's take a look. Okay, what is the right way to scream? Can you walk us through is it Is there a note? Is it an A flat?
There is no one right way. I do think for me it was important to create a safe container for these women and moms. It's very vulnerable to scream in a raw way like that. And so I actually did a number of screams. The first was just an open scream. Let it go. Let your body do what it knows how to do. The second one was a profanity scream, which is a fun one. All the screams that you are not able or try not to say in front of your children. The third one was a scream for all the things that were canceled. So all of us have had at least 1/a dozen things canceled, from funerals to birthday parties. And then we screamed for the people that were unable to be there, whether they were in quarantine or we knew they were struggling and they couldn't make it. And then lastly, just for fun, because we're a little competitive in Boston, we did the longest scream competition.
Nice. You screamed to Dunkin' Donuts all the way. I love Boston. The best.
Exactly.
So tell us how these screams are actually helping these moms.
Yeah, it's so intuitive, right? I mean, as in all of these interviews I've been doing, it's amazing to hear reporters say, oh, I've been screaming in my car, particularly just tired talking about COVID or just with my own frustrations. Frontline workers have been really resonating with this, just feeling this pent up rage and anger. And so it's the body's natural way of releasing emotion and emotions that have been building over the past 2 years and really beyond that. Another thing that's so interesting is that it's this full expression of our sympathetic nervous system. So it's a really intense kind of go to the peak, and then there's nowhere to go but down from there. So our relaxation response kind of kicks in and it says, okay, now it's my turn to turn on. And we feel that release and that sense of peace at the end. It's quite surprising and feels really good.
I might have to try it.
Yeah, wailing. Good for you. Yeah.
So, speaking of that, Sarah, what about Dad? Should we start a moaning group? What should we do? What should we do? Could we
not moan?
Don't moan.
My husband was like, I don't really get it, and I think that's telling in that for women, anger is a very taboo emotion. When we express anger, we're seen as crazy or overreactive. And we don't really have the natural outlets often to release our anger. So men, one of the examples I use is watch a professional hockey game. We celebrate, we let them fight. We literally let them make punches. And women don't have anything like that. And so we don't really have those ways to naturally release. So for men, I say, if you feel the need to do it, absolutely. But I think women tend to have more penned up anger and rage than men traditionally do.
I don't know. You should see me in my car after the show.
But you say you do certain things, like you have your...
Oh, for sure.
When you do your in yoga, you said that...
I don't do those. I hate people who moan in yoga. Oh, shut up. Listen, I can't stand that.
He's got anger.
No, but I do like work it out. Like I do have aggression. Obviously, you could sense it. But I do it. I get it out in the mornings and through exercise. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
I thought something else in my head.
I have a question for you. I once watched a grandmother accidentally, it's a horrible story, but there was a tragedy with her grandchild, and the only way she could cope in the grief was to wail. And it's almost like an animalistic wail. Is that the same space that you're getting to where it's like, you almost go like instinctive to like you're almost an animal? Is that where you're kind of going to?
A big part of anger is grief. And after I had the scream, I actually had a lot of women reach out to me, one in particular who said that she had a significant loss. She lost her husband when she had 3 young kids, and she screamed every day when she dropped them off from school to process that grief. So yes, because grief and anger are intertwined. And so it's a very important way to let that go and move through it.
It can be therapeutic. Amen. Thank you so much. DBL Nation, screaming is just one of the techniques Sarah teaches. If you want to learn more, visit her website, theschoolofmom.com. You can also follow her on Instagram. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back.
Thanks for having me.